Ladies and gentlemen, what's good? We're back with another Call of Duty mobile reaction video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. It's about that time where the buffs and nerfs and different changes coming to the game are finally announced for next season. And we do have the buffs and nerfs, courtesy of leakers on duty, that we're going to be running through today. Hope you guys do enjoy the video. If you do, please do me a huge favor. Make sure to drop a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Move the face cam to a place where it's not covering up anything important. As you guys can see, there's a long list because we have two different sections. So we'll go ahead and hop into the first one. The PDW balance changes. Now, I don't anticipate this is going to make a huge difference. Added a damage multiplier to the chest and upper arms. Unless that's a positive multiplier, which we actually will see later in the balance changes. That is possible. If that's the case, could potentially change time to kill, but it's unlikely. Does also extend the first damage range from 6 meters out to 9 meters, so that is going to make it a little bit more lethal in that first damage range. Increased bullet spread accuracy, so more viable at long range, and leg multiplier from 0.9 to 1 times, so basically no multiplier. We also have a shorty buff. I was pretty fine with the shorty being completely obsolete, but it's just bullet spread accuracy. I don't think it's going to change the damage all that much, so hopefully nothing too much to worry about. This is a big one that I'm really excited for because in the history of Call of Duty Mobile, I think the Chicom has only ever gotten one buff, and it was pretty much nothing. This is a really big buff. Now, I'm not going to say this is going to make the Chicom meta, not even saying it's going to make it become necessarily like a top 3 SMG, but it's going to make the Chicom good. I'm going to tell you guys why. The initial damage increase, so basically what that means is that it guarantees that even in the second damage phase, you are always going to be able to one burst, because the Chicom does shoot 4 shots whenever it bursts. That's a big bonus. Headshot multiplier from 1.4 to 1.6. I don't know what, do I have my phone? I don't have my phone. If I knew what 1.4 times, or 1.6 times 27 was, that'd be really useful. It's in the 40s, I think. So I think it could potentially make it, especially with the thing you see below. The arm multiplier from 1 to 1.3 could make it so that you can one burst in only 3 bullets as well, depending on the zones that you hit. All that combined, definitely very nice. And then huge buffs to the mag sizes as well. Basically a guaranteed 2 extra bursts, or maybe it is a 3 shot. Okay, if the Chicom's a 3 burst, then all of this doesn't mean quite as much. But you do have to keep in mind that the Chicom does have the slowest delay in between bursts of any gun. I believe that is a burst gun. So all that to say, Chicom's going to be better. Maybe not going to be good anymore, because I believe it is, looking at those magazine sizes, a 3 shot or a 3 burst, but definitely better than it was before. RPD damage profile change doesn't really look that significant. You go from 23 to 24 and 18 to 19. Not a super significant change. We do have ADS time improvements on pretty much every LMG. So basically like a small quality of life improvement, because right now every LMG is pretty much just completely obsolete. You got the Chopper, S36, UL, Holger, Hades, M4 LMG, PKM. The Holger one is one you're definitely going to want to keep an eye on, because we do have those conversion mags as well. So that increase in ADS speed is going to be pretty significant, especially with those multipliers. Thumper nerf, definitely a big W. So you got the swap time changed from 350 milliseconds to 420 milliseconds. And also the center explosive damage reduced from 160 to 150. I believe that's the explosion radius. So overall, Thumper is going to be weaker, which I felt like was definitely needed. Kilo 141. Headshot multiplier reduced by 0.1, which doesn't sound like a ton, but I think in the grand scheme of things, especially with the damage ranges being decreased as well, is definitely a very significant quality of life thing, especially when you look at that final damage range reduced from 45 down to 38. 7 meter change is going to be pretty significant. Obviously, the first damage range doesn't change at all. Also have a nerf to the disable weapon perk. Reduce the body parts for the perk to take effect on ARs. So basically now disable is only going to be able, or it's only going to be good on LMGs effectively. It's still going to work pretty much the same as it did with SMGs. So basically there's a lot of like direct and indirect buffs that we're getting for LMGs, which could potentially make a Holger meta return. I don't know it's necessarily going to be like a top. It could be top 5. I don't know. It's really going to depend on how that ADS speed changes things, but definitely interested to see how these things play out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a huge favor. Drop a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one.